The rich get richer, money makes money. We all heard this. But what you didn't hear is that the rich gets richer because they know exactly how to manage their money. Now, we all waiting for the dip. You probably are sitting on some cash. Maybe your cash is in the bank, but there is a secret. There is a step-by-step secret, a whole circle that will allow you to not only keep your money in a safe place, spend it without having to do any KYC and having to be actually tracked, but also yields you massive, massive rewards up to 20, 30 APR with almost zero risk. Now, I'm going to give you this secret. It's only between you and me, but if that sounds good, please smash and obliterate the like button. Let me know in the comment section if this helps you at all. Make sure to follow me on X. But let's get into the show. So number one, which is very, very important to understand, is that when you're in crypto, you probably have some cash. Now, whether you're trading and you have USDT or USDC sitting there while you're getting in the trade, you're waiting for the pullback or whatnot, if you're doing that, you have some cash sitting on the sideline. That's one scenario. The second scenario is that you're in crypto, you have your spot bags, you have your portfolio, but you have some money in the bank because you still want some money that you can actually go to anytime you need. Now, there are vehicles in the bank, you pay for your own money. You pay the bank to keep your own money. But there are avenues, there are ways where you can use that money and actually get massive yields. Again, 20, 30% plus without having to take any additional risks. So I want to guide you through the whole thing. Let's jump into it. The number one thing is I use Bybit card. Now, it's very important. Before you think it's an ad, it's not an ad. I'm not being paid a 0 cent for telling you this. I'm just going to tell you with what I may or may not use. It's very important. Full disclosure, nothing is financial advice. Me talking about all these services and loopholes and tax optimization avenues doesn't mean that I use any of these. I'm just going to share with you the secrets. So if you want to use it, you might be able to use it. But it's very important. Bybit is not, or any of the things that I'm going to talk about, do not pay me. I'm just saying because I know this works, I believe, or, you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so let's get into it. Number one, if you have a Bybit account, you are able to keep your money on Bybit. And by getting the Bybit card, you will be able to not only get cash back on your spending and actually get rebate on Netflix, Spotify, and a lot of other things, but you will be able to trade and immediately send the money to your funding account and spend it from there. Now, how it works, very, very simple. There is, you simply open a Bybit account. We do have an affiliate link though. So if you can use our affiliate link, I appreciate that. But even if you just have a Bybit account already, you can go and get a card from Bybit. The way it works, to get the card now, they have this $20 airdrop if you just simply get a card for yourself. It gets delivered to your home address. Now, once you get a card, there are a bunch of benefits. Number one, you can get 100% rebates on selected partners when you use the Bybit card. Netflix, Spotify, Prime, ChatGPT, TradingView, and much more. This is tied into your trading volume, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But this is the first step that I think anybody can really do. Now, there are a bunch of benefits. Virtual card spending, earn up to 8% APR on your idle funds. Again, now this is 30%. I'm going to tell you why. Free card, annual. We've got your first 100 USD free every single month and much more. It's a bunch of cool stuff in here. But the way it works, you simply go in here. You will see what the rewards are. For every spending, you are accumulating points. So by simply having your dollar, not in the bank, but on Bybit, you're in your funding account, which I'm going to show you in a second, you're able to accumulate points after every purchase. Now, I said that it is tied to your status on trading volume, which is, again, it's kind of cool if you're trading larger amounts. If you don't trade larger amounts, it's still good because you can have a card that you can literally just spend money with anywhere. It's a MasterCard, so you can go into an ATM, you can trade money, let's say make $100, you can literally spend it on the day, on the minute that you made that money, which I really like, or you can withdraw it from the ATM, use it as a MasterCard. But if you actually have any of the VIP statuses, now it depends on your trading volume. So VIP 1 requires 10 million trading volume in derivatives, 30-day. VIP 2 requires 25 million. VIP 3 requires 50 million. Again, this might sound like a lot, and for a lot of people, this is actually quite a lot of trading volume. Again, this is trading volume on derivatives. This is not the money that you have to have. But if you have larger sums, this could be good because first of all, you get all these things for free, but also you get back rebates. So you have this point system that you can actually get different points back. So if you scroll down here, you will be able to see that you have how to collect these points. And for every dollar you spend, you get 10 points. And then you can convert all these points into actual products, and you can convert them into USDT. So you actually get a cashback off to your purchase. Now, again, you can check all this out. But what I wanted to say is that by having a Bybit card, you are able to simply get your funds spent directly. I want to show you how this actually works in real life. When you have your account, you go under your assets and you can go on your funding account. When you have your funding account here, you'll be able to keep, for example, USDT. Now, a couple of things that you can do. You can also leave your USDT on here on the funding account, and it doesn't require you to do anything with it. The card, when you spend, will take it from your funding account. But you have the option to actually earn money or earn a reward from here. The way you do it is that you go on finance, you go on earn, and you simply select the USDT flexible saving. So when you go flexible saving, it gives you 18.8% APR. That's massive. That means that you're earning about 18.8% if you have lower than $500 and 13.8% if you have $500 and above. Now, the best thing is this is flexible. That means if you have $10,000 in your bank account, you are paying you're paying a certain amount as fee for the bank to keep that money. If you have 10,000 USDT or USDC on Bybit, they pay you 13.8% or 18.8% just for you to keep your actual dollars there. And because you have the Bybit card, you can just simply use that money to withdraw from the ATM or just spend it, purchase online, spend on holidays, whatever. But if you go on here, you can click on buy, and then you can just simply deposit from your funding account. You can click on staking. You see that I have $1,000 here. And then you can go max, and then I can just stake it in there. Now I agree that I have spent, I stake now, and as I stake it in, it immediately is in there. So if I go in here, I click on my holdings, and under the earn tab, so finance earn, I will be able to see that it is staked here. I'm earning 13.8%. Now let's say I just want to unstake this. I click on unstake, I go on max, and I unstaked. The only thing I lost is the daily the daily percent that I would have gained, which is about 0.3% considering the fact that you make 13%. So it's about 1% per month. So it's about 0.033% per day. That's what you're making on here. But this is not the only thing. So you can use USDT, USDC, you can use Bitcoin, ETH, whatever. But most importantly, you can use USDE, which is Athena's stablecoin, Athena's dollar. This is the same thing as USDT or USDC, but now because they have this big campaign and they want people to use their own stablecoin, they offer 29% APR. That means you're making about 2.5% a month only by holding your tokens on Bybit in USDE. But what matters is that you're making about 2.2, 2.3% a month by simply holding your tokens on here. Now, again, once you do that, you can just simply hold it, and as holding it on your funding account, the card will simply pull it in. Now, I personally do not use the Bybit card to spend directly. I mean, again, I may or may not use all the services, but you can use the Bybit card directly when you need it. If you have money on Bybit, you can just simply share it fast, and then it's there because you trade it, you use it, it's immediately available for you. You can add it to your Apple Pay, and then it's always there. But I think that the best way to actually utilize the Bybit card is combined with Revolut. Again, I'm not sponsored by Revolut either, but what I would do is get a Revolut subscription. If you're not familiar with Revolut, it's a proper non-crypto bank, so you actually have a bank card and an application and all that. But what they do, they are a regulated bank, properly regulated bank. They also have crypto investments and saving and whatnot. But what I wanted to tell you is that they have different packages. So you can have the standard package completely for free. You get it, but you have the Plus, the Premium, the Metal, and the Ultra. Now, if you get either the Metal or the Ultra card, what you can do is you can use your Bybit card to top up your Revolut card, which is a Metal or Ultra subscription, and you get a bunch of benefits by simply using, and you get it twice. Why? Because if you use your Bybit card to top up your Revolut card, you just simply add in the Revolut application, you just simply add the Bybit card, and as you add the Bybit card in the Revolut application, when you top up or you upload or send money from your Bybit card to Revolut, Bybit will recognize that you're actually spending, and that means that it increases the points that you accumulate. So you will earn points by simply transferring or depositing through your Bybit bank card to Revolut. So there you already earn the points. But when you get onto Revolut, the good thing happens, because if you sign up to Metal or Ultra, you have a bunch of different things that you can get. Again, this show is about showing you how the rich gets richer and how the rich uses their money. So here it is. You can look at all the benefits. But for example, if you use the Ultra, which is $50 a month, which might sound a lot, but hear this out. You get Financial Times Premium. You get VWork Access, 3 credits each month. You get a Class Pass. You get Masterclass, which is an absolutely insane course platform. You get chess.com, not that important. You get NordVPN included, The Atlantic, Headspace, Sleep Cycle, all this stuff only, this was actually a shocker. You get actually $50 credit to rent a car in the UK. Anyway, so you get a bunch of stuff by simply using your Revolut card topped up with your Bybit card. Now, again, the good thing about this, you can also transfer money. So if you have let's say, a non-custodial wallet, you can actually transfer your money into Revolut. But the reason why I would use the Bybit card is because then you, again, accumulate points on Bybit. Now, the question might come for a lot of you, what if you do not want to do KYC? So a lot of times what really happens is that you have Bybit, it's fine, Fefe, it's great that we have Bybit, but we have to KYC, and we have Revolut, but we have to KYC. Now, there is an option, and again, I may or may not be involved in any of these. I'm not affiliated. We don't have, they're not paying me and all that stuff. So, but I'm going to share with you what could be a great option. Now, if you do not want to KYC, there is something called 𝗏𝗔𝗏𝗧, right? So 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, what they do, they're a trust in Hong Kong, and they have a structure. Again, don't quote me on this. You can read up on everything they have on the page, but you basically become a member of the trust, and because the trust is immutable and not accessible, you will be able to get a card and spend on this card without they potentially giving up your details, transaction details, deposit transactions, whatever, to a third party like a bank or government, and they have to. So if you go down here, they have the good and the bad about this. The good is, let's go here, that features. The good is that you can, this is completely non-KYC, so you can literally just get this card and they will not give your details out to a third party, and you can spend from it. This is basically the whole selling point, the good part. The bad part is, one, the card is quite costly. So you need to pay almost $1,000 to get the simple card, and $1,300, $1,400 to get the metal card, obviously, if you want a better looking card. Also, what I don't like about this is that they have, if you look at the fees here, the fees are actually quite crazy. So you're paying about 3.5% for every spend. Now, overseas means anything outside of Hong Kong, which is most likely everybody who's watching this is outside of Hong Kong. So you're spending about 3.5% on every single transactions. You're spending 5% on your ATM withdrawals, and then you see internal card transfers. So from one account, you can have several cards. That's 1.1%, and card loading fee for you to deposit is 1%. So that means that if you want to use this card, you would have to spend at least 3.5 plus 1%. That means about 4.5% you will need to spend for each individual transaction. And now you might be wondering, okay, Fefe, so why would you use it? So if you want a way, if you can make sure, or you have an avenue to optimize your taxes, or if you want, again, I'm not advising this, definitely do not do this, but if you want to avoid paying taxes, and if you have an onboarded way to actually get into crypto and you can't find a way to spend your crypto, what you can do is you can use a card like the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 card. And that way you can use your non-KYC or non-custodial wallet, whatever you use, an Ethereum wallet, or you bridge to Phantom, or whatever you do, and you can deposit it onto a proper MasterCard and use that MasterCard to spend your crypto without anyone having to get access to it, which is quite substantial. So if you assume that there was someone who wanted to avoid paying taxes, which again, I definitely do not recommend, but if you are one of the guys, or you know someone who want to do that, taxes would be 38%, and now they have to pay 3 or 4.5% transaction fees to not pay the 38%. You now can justify this and understand how this might be something interesting for a lot of people. And then there is another thing that you can do just to top everything up, and that is to use Curve. Now, the reason why Curve is great is because you can access Curve. Again, we're not paid by Curve either, but what you can do is you can get all your cards within one application. That means that you might be thinking, okay, now I have a Bybit card, I have a Revolut card, I have a 𝗏𝗔𝗏𝗧 card, and I might even have any other cards that I use on my own bank and whatever. Now I have 4 or 5 cards. What do I do? Well, first of all, this is how the rich work. But if you're being overwhelmed by this, you can use something like Curve, which allows you to have one application, one card, and within the application, you can swap what card you want to use at a time. So you just simply you put your card details into Curve, and then within the application, you can pick from what card you want to spend on. Best is that you can actually have it has like a go back in time feature, which means, for example, you didn't have money on your 𝗏𝗔𝗏𝗧 card, but that's why you would want to spend generally. So what you can do now is you can spend from one card and upload money on the other card later, and then by using the Curve go back in time function, you will be able to just pick that and pick what card you want to transfer the transactions to. So therefore, you will be able to spend from the card you wanted to spend, even though that at the time of spending, you did not have money. Just to summarize everything, first and foremost, I do think it's a very important idea. You pay taxes, you abide with regulations. You know, nothing I say is financial advice. And again, I may or may not use any of these services. 2, if you want a great card to use when you trade crypto, I recommend you get a Bybit card. There's a link in the description for Bybit. If you sign up, I appreciate if you use our link. But if you just try the card, that's incredible as well. You get $20 bonus now if you get a card for yourself. The best part is you can simply just spend your crypto that you trade. Even better, you can get 30% APR by using USDE, for example, now. But even if you just use USDT, you can get between 13 and 18%. Now, once you have that, I do recommend you use Revolut, because Revolut, especially if you buy the premium or the ultra, will give you a lot of benefits. For example, it will give you free Netflix, free Spotify, just like the Bybit card, but there you need to have a higher VIP station, meaning higher trading volume. But you will have a lot of benefits, a lot of free access. I think it's like $1,500 worth of products and services that you get if you subscribe to the Revolut subscription. And then if you want a non-KYC option, I do recommend, or I do think it would be a great idea to get a 𝗏𝗔𝗏𝗧 card, because based on the structure, the trust structure they established in Hong Kong, nobody can get, a third party can get access to your transactions, your deposit, your withdrawals, or your data. And if you want to get everything in, you might want to consider using Curve. I hope this info gave you something, and if you want more of this, and if you want to, just get more of these little secrets that people don't really talk about, let me know in the comment section below, and I can bring you some more tips and tricks. If you like this content, also make sure to follow me on X. I bring you the best alpha that you ever need. Always there, sharing my trades, helping you navigate this bull market, which I set out to do. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I truly, truly appreciate you, and I believe I'll see you in the next one. Take care.